Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hey, welcome back to Herb Oracle. Welcome back to Ho for week 20 of 2020. So yeah, when I sat down at the beginning of, the end of the last year, before the beginning of this new year, I scheduled out 44 weeks that I was dedicated to doing this year, and we are on week 20. So 2 more weeks, we'll be halfway through my goals. So how are you? How was your weekend? I gotta tell you that the Friday podcast, I was a sassy, grumpy biatch, and guess what? My day took a turn for the better. I ended up getting in such a good mood. The energy definitely shifted immediately after that podcast on Friday. Immediately after that podcast, I was like, I must feel better, right? We got all those great messages. I can't even remember right now. And I just was like, you know what? I am not going to let this be my energy all day. I need it to improve. I want it to improve, right? And that's exactly what it did. But I had one of the most memorable herbalist experiences ever. So I'll tell you about that. And then we're going to start a new herb this week. Our herb of the week is thyme. 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 Make some time this week to get to know thyme. It's going to be a great herb. I can see on the cards we've got a lot of courage messages with thyme. So, and then we're going to manifest more gratitude this week. So just as a little look-see into the future, that's what we're going to be doing this week. But let me tell you about Friday. So I needed to run into town to get some windshield rubber nozzle hoses things. I don't know what they needed to put on the car, but they said just bring it in and we'll put it on. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to run in, get my washer nozzles and then go to the bulk food store, get a bottle of 100 proof vodka, put some gas in the vehicle and call it a day, right? That was my plan. Just get some things done. Well, I just only get to the end of my road here on the stop sign, and I'm like, I gotta turn left to go to town. Well, there's this white car parked alongside the road, and literally my intuition was like on fire or very loud, or I'm not sure how you'd even describe it, but it was like, you need to ask if they are okay. And I was like, really? What? What? Really? But it was very clear that I needed to ask if they were okay. Now, granted, I see people parked along the side of the road all the damn time. I never think it's a good idea to stop. You don't do that. Plus, they're probably just pulled over to make a phone call. You know what I mean? But anyways, I have decided that I'm going to follow my nudges, my intuition, my crazy ideas. I'm trying to let spirit guide me. I'm trying to be receptive. So that means that if you get a nudge, a very strong, clear nudge, see if they're okay, that's what you do. So, I'm like, what? And as I'm driving by, so I whip onto the side of the road. I even have to put it in reverse and back up on the berm, a little bit, so I'm a little bit closer. I get out, I go up to the car. It's a young lady girl crying. She's just straight up crying. And she's young and pretty. She's got tattoos and piercings. And I was like, are you okay? Because well, not to be weird, but like, I'm thinking like, because I feel like Archangel Michael said to stop, but I was like, are you okay? And she's like, yes, I just get anxiety sometimes. And, she had to pull over. And all of a sudden I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, you need my motherwort. I was like, I have an herbal essence for you. It'll help you feel better right this instant. She's like, okay. So I run back to my car, get my motherwort, jot down my name and number for her on my card from the dentist. The dentist is still in my life. Get out. And so I run back and like I show her, like I was like, yes, motherwort, and I explained to her what it was, and I'm like, I just showed her how like I will drop some under my tongue so she knows I'm not like giving her poison. Like, look, I'll take it. And so she takes it and she's like, whoa, because she wasn't expecting it to be so bitter. But anyways, she felt better. She drove off, and she texted me later that night like, thank you so much. I felt better just, you talking to me, and she was feeling better. So anyways, now my herbal adventure has expanded to me giving out tinctures to people on the side of the road. But really, I will remember that moment like forever. Like, we're friends on Facebook now. Like, I hope that, I can introduce her to plants, like I'm old enough to be her mom. Like, so this is like me passing another seed on, and helping people feel better, because you guys, like, the whole point is for all of us to feel better, for all of us to be well. And I know anxiety, trust me, I know anxiety. And I was happy to give my bottle. It only had like less than half in it, but at least, get her open to maybe a great way to deal with anxiety. And then of course I sent her the Herbal Marie anxiety podcast later too, because I was like, didn't I do a podcast about anxiety? Yes, I did. And there are lots of herbs to help. So you can find that podcast if you go to herbalmarie.com and look under the tab across the top that says heal ailments, maybe. I think that's what the tab says. But I've only done like 4 ailment podcasts. I never really went back to doing those, even though I think about it, but then sometimes it's hard to get into that focusing on what's wrong mode. So yeah. Anyways, my list is long of things I could keep doing and continue making. And I mean, I did research the compost. How about the comfrey, which is a great compost accelerator. I have that written on paper, but I still got to record it. Working on the golden seal one now. And then I'm catching up with myself is basically what I'm saying. So anyways, I had a great herbalist moment Friday. It got me feeling so high vibrational. It got me really feeling reaffirmed what my purpose here is, what I really am passionate about. Also, like, my friends came over to get an old aquarium that they had to like raise some baby squirrels, and I walked them around the yard and like gave them a little herbal tour of my yard. And I was like, you know what? Here was my next idea from Spirit. I should start offering people to herb walks. So now I post it on Facebook and Instagram for my locals, like, to come over and see my plants, do an herb walk. And yesterday, a friend came over, and her name is Shannon, and we walked around, and she is a total light worker and very woke mama and into herbal healing as well as other healing modalities. And it was an awesome afternoon with her. So yeah, like, my energy is shifted, you guys. I'm stepping into like some more things that I enjoy. And then, yes, I have a few people lined up to come visit me, which is huge for a hermit who never has anyone visit her. So anyways, did you have any type of energy shift? I'm curious about that. If you feel like it's on the cusp, it is. the energies are shifting. So like, I'm asking you if you had an energy shift when I already know you did, or you're going to very, very soon. That was like a total setup question. Like, are you feeling any energy shift? When I know damn well you are. All right. So anyways, we're going to be talking about time this week. And so far I've found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. 5 cards, unless I have a nerdy one in the folder. Maybe I'll pull out the folder while I take a break, because I think my water's boiling on the stove. I'm going to make tea. But we have like 2 essences, like essential oils. And they are both going to be talking about courage and safe passage and bravery and resentment. Along with some other things. We're going to be talking about a card that says distill, like a distillery, distill yourself, and that card has a labyrinth on it. Then we have a witchy card that's going to talk more about courage, and then we have the Madre of Fire. We're going to have a tarot card. So anyways, hang out with me. New herb, another week of another week of another herb. Time. Make time for it, honey. Make time for it. And Wednesday we are going to be manifesting more gratitude, but shit, we might as well get started now. All right, yeah, I got out my nerdy folder. For every herb, I have a folder in this wooden crate. And the time when I was like, oh, you kind of feel thick. So yeah, there is 2 little, like, there's a nerdy card and then a playing card that I'll just put these out here too. So yeah, you got time? You got time for time today? I got time. Not really though, because it's already almost 11. It's 10:52. I just could not sleep last night. Once again, I was just too freaking happy about life. I'm disgusted with myself for being so happy I can't sleep. Like, I literally did an entire broadcast in my head. It was so funny. It was a good show. It was too bad I was the only one who saw it. So anyways, there is a lot of stuff in the time folder. That's good. There is the thing that made me laugh is I used to sell seeds, like, you know, like pimp out my affiliate link for seedsnow.com. It was allnaturalme.seedsnow.com. And I'll have to look it up and see if that link is even still active. But anyways, I made a printable that said, it's from Sadie at All Natural Me. That's my old personality. I keep on making personalities and then like just retiring them and then making a new one. But it says, my favorite things about time. It's like a book report. It kills viruses and bacteria, helps to remove fungal infections, eliminated through the lungs and kidneys, powerful medicine for everyone. And then there was the next little list says, ideas on ways to use time. Make a tea for internal healing. Do an inhalation steam for the lungs. Use a strong tea as a skin wash for cuts. Eat fresh in a salad or add to soups. Infuse into honey or vodka to help with coughing. So there's quite a bit of information that like I've already researched about time. So that's good. That is good for me because, you know, after doing Comfrey, getting ready to do Golden Seal, which is another big doozy, and then like now time. So yeah, I really need to stay focused this week and use my time wisely. And, you know, yeah, that's so funny. Okay, so anyways, here we go. Let's just roll on with our nerdiness. Let's get to know time. That's all we got to do today. Our job is to get to know time. We'll get the oracle messages, but first, Thymus vulgaris is the common or garden time. So it's really just about 10 inches in height. Just, you know, it's low. It'll get low. Time has been used since classical times for its various properties as an herb, an antiseptic, and a fumigant. Medicinally, it is used to treat respiratory problems, internal disorders, and menstrual cramps. as well as a general calmative. Oil of thyme. Oh my God, have you ever, warning, disclaim out the wazoo, I have never encountered such a strong essential oil. Thyme, like, it is intense. Be warned. It is an antiseptic. Sometimes they put it into toothpaste or mouthwash. Topical applications expedite the flow of blood at the skin surface. So anyways, then it goes on to say some other stuff. I don't know. Overdoses of thyme will overstimulate the thyroid gland. Okay, so caution. But I love the illustration on this card. It sort of shows how spindly this plant can get. But that's just what it does. Then there's the foraging card that says the entire plant is edible. It has a pepper-like smell, lavender spike flowers. It grows in thick patches. It is a stimulant and a spice. You can dry the twigs for a crispy treat. So you could dry them and just eat them. You can steam, boil, use in soups and stews the entire plant. You could make wines with it. You could freeze thyme. You could dry for a pepper substitute. So it says hints for best results, rub dried thyme through a screen to remove stems and twigs. So, but hey, you can eat them. So, but yeah, sometimes it depends on what you're making. Like if you're making a soup, you could just throw it all in there. It all cooks down. But yeah, if you didn't want to be eating the twig or stem, you can sift it out. All right, so thyme. Do you love it? Thyme is that when I make thyme tea, sometimes I'll just force myself to drink it. It always reminds me of a stinky old man. Yes, it does. It reminds me of a stinky old man. So that to me says start with the card that has a man on it, because I seriously, it's such an antiseptic, manly, old grandpa smell to me. That's what thyme smells like to me. Old grandpa. Old grandpa who rubs his liniment on and, all of that. So anyways, I did make tea. It's steeping, but right now I have this way sugared hot cocoa. I don't even care, but I'll tell you what, very soon I do need to lay off the sugar, for reals. All right, moving on. Thyme. Now, we've had this card before. So he's really Roman looking. He's in front of he's white pillars behind him, green curtains, and he's dressed in his sheet, his white bed sheet. What are those called? I can never remember what that garb is called. Toga, maybe. And he's got a staff that's almost as tall as him. He's probably the short man. He don't seem tall to me. All right, but he's all about bravery and resentment. So he's very brave for coming out wrapped in his bed sheet, and he probably resents me now for saying I assume he is short. But I've often said this guy could be my brother because he's got strong features, jawline, nose, dark hair. He could be my brother. So the wise words. This is the deck called the Oracle of the Essences. Oracle of the Essences. And this one came to me from Australia. So it came very far. And I'm sniffing it because when Monica sent it, there was essential, it was scented with essential oils. So just seeing if it still smells good. It does. All right, so William W. Perky said, "You've got to dance like there's nobody watching. Love like you'll never be hurt. Sing like there's nobody listening. And live like it's heaven on earth." So this makes me so happy because, my friend Shannon and I, we literally were talking like even as she was backing out of the driveway, I think we were still talking. Do you know, like, we talked about so many things, but one of the things that came up, which she was so excited about, is that we've both been feeling the urge to dance more and dance with and around and in front of other people, with basically an effort, to help awaken people. And, because the dance is, when you're truly dancing, it's definitely infused with light codes and light language. And so we were having this conversation about dance, but then infused in that conversation, we were always, talking about how it really does challenge the self-awareness and courage and, being able to do it. So anyways, I love that William Perky said, you've got to dance like there's nobody watching. You dance different when you're in your bedroom or kitchen. I know you do. I do too. Like, let's do that in front of people. Why are we holding back? Why does our ego even care? That's silly. We should definitely dance like nobody's watching. We should definitely try our best to love like you'll never be hurt. Of course, you know me. If you've been hanging out, you know my stories. That's gonna be... can I wait till next year to do that one? Sing like there's nobody listening. That is also good. And live like it's heaven on earth. So if you want to be experiencing heaven on earth, then start living like it is. Okay? Start manifesting that for yourself. So thyme has been used extensively throughout the ages. Ancient Egyptians used thyme for embalming. The Greeks used it in their baths and burn it as an incense in their temples, believing it was a source of courage. In the European Middle Ages, the herb was placed beneath pillows to aid sleep and ward off nightmares. In this period, women also gave knights and warriors gifts that included thyme leaves, as it was believed to bring courage to the bearer. So, thyme is especially good, particularly good, for dealing with issues of anger and resentment. When thyme is on the negative side of the scale, it will reflect a closed heart and buried emotional hurts. It can be inflexible and stuck in its ways. Thyme has the power to dig deep into the soul and the body and assist in removing any stagnant feelings that must be addressed. So, related to the heart chakra, thyme can be docile and tender, but don't get confused by those qualities. Even though it can be gentle, it is a very potent essence. Call in the energy of thyme to help you get a clear picture and let go of unresolved negativity. Thyme brings patience and understanding to the closed-hearted. So I'm just going to stop myself right there. If we're bringing any resentment in from last week, I feel like thyme is saying, let's bring it up and let's let it go. Okay, let's resolve it. Let's resolve this negativity. So, when we hold on to feelings of resentment, it is because we hold on to the idea that we are right in a certain situation. The ego loves to be right. The ego thinks it's right all the time, even when it's wrong. So long-term resentment, if we've got that, and I've even described it sometimes too as like residual resentment, it's just like always there a little bit, just a little sass, a little resentment. Well, she said this or he did that, or well, I'll never forgive that person, right? It's almost, you try to play it off as subtle, but it's still in there. It's in there, you're carrying it. Long-term resentment can cause physical and emotional pain. It is no wonder that time can help with these physical conditions. Also, it is in the lungs that confusion and cloudy thinking is stored, making thyme an excellent option for asthma, croup, and pneumonia. I can breathe. I can breathe. I let go of my resentment. I can breathe. I bring in air. I dispel confusion. I restore clarity. Right? So if you have cloudy thinking, take in a big breath. I am clear. I am clear. I can breathe. So right now in our world, we have protesters chanting, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Do you understand that the words that you speak create your reality? These people are cursing themselves and cursing the world. Everything that comes out of your mouth is a spell. You speak it and it is abracadabra. So we want to really watch this week what we say out loud. And I'm going to try to check my ass too. Like, I'm going to catch myself when I am creating spells and speaking into manifestation, things that I don't want. So do you want to walk around saying, I can't breathe, I'm confused, I'm angry, I'm resentment? Or do you want to say, I can breathe, I bring in clarity, right? I release what no longer serves me. I am courageous, I am clear, I release resentment, right? So Thyme that we're looking at is a Roman emperor. He is courageous and he has a strategy planned. He is ready to enter in his steamy Roman bath to release tension and exonerate his enemies. So yeah, he is going to let it all go. He really is. He's not going to hold on to resentment because he knows that that is poison in his body. So he's going into steam and bathe and open up his lungs and honor his vessel. And yeah, we don't want to curse ourselves with negative words and negative vibrations and negativity and resentment. Those are cursings. So be brave and go against the narrative, the negative narrative. Be brave and courageous and open yourself to that. So this card, when we get it in a reading and as we're sitting with it today, it says you need to find courage deep within your heart. Let go of the old resentment and old fights that are holding you back. Hate can be a slow poison that only hurts the people that hold it within themselves. You have a big responsibility. It is time to assume your place. So affirm with me. I choose to quickly forgive all wrongs and hurts and to move forward beyond the pain and into a world filled with positive possibilities. Oh wow, I wasn't joking whenever I said we got to take some time, because that was like just like our first or real oracle card. Those two nerdy cards, they didn't count. But actually, like, even those nerdy cards, like, you know, after you learn what time means to you personally, like as from an oracle perspective, you can use nerdy cards and like, yeah, there's not a word on the back of that nerdy card about courage or bravery or releasing negativity. But if you saw time, or let's say like time came into your life, you know, like the spice fell off the rack in the kitchen and you're like, which one fell over? And it's like time. And in that moment, you could use it as your oracle is like, oh my gosh, like I have been really resentful today. and hateful. I gotta let that go because that's poison. So like as we like journey together, because we are journeying together, and we're like learning about these herbs, then in your life, sometimes spirit will be able to use those plants to talk to you. So you're like, dang, like I've really, every time I turn around this week, I'm like seeing thyme in the supermarket, or, you know, like it's just at the greenhouse, or I don't know. And you're like, put it all together. You're like, oh my God. And I've been a raging, hateful bitch. So yeah, hate really is a poison in your body. And it makes me sad to see how it is just perpetuated week by week from the media to just get you hating all the time. And then even, you know, our ego just wants to hate. And then sometimes it seems so valid to hate because you hear of awful things happening. And you're like, oh my God, I hate that person. And like, yes, with good reason, but still, if you continue to have that in your body, it's not going to be good for you. Right? So I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to release that resentment, that hatred, and yeah, let it go. And so thyme is expelled through the lungs, right? So inhale, breathe, right? But then exhale. Let it go. Like just exhale extra long. Like even when you think you're done exhaling, push a little bit more of that exhalation out and really empty out your lungs. Really empty out that any negative vibes hanging out in your lungs. And then your next in-breath is going to be huge, and that's going to help you regain your clarity, your clear thinking. All right, so I feel like our next card is going up to this labyrinth. I think so. And then we'll get witchy, and then we'll make our way around. So we're just kind of going all over the place. So I just have these cards scattered on my desk, and there's room to walk around and meander. I feel like they don't want to be touching. Yeah, we want energy flow. Like it was a labyrinth itself. Like there's passages for walking, and like the lungs too, right? The bronchial, like how lungs kind of look like. There's a lot of space. All right, so this message from Thyme now is coming from the Illustrated Herbiary by Maya Toll, and I have no idea what part of the book Thyme is. Wait here, hold on, I think I saw it. Okay, yes. All right, it's on page 45. And the message is to distill yourself. So yeah, now the card is tiny, but the book is like it's tiny too, but it seems plenty big. Like it's like as big as your hand, right? So you can actually using your finger travel along this labyrinth in the book. So I have a ceramic labyrinth that's actually right underneath my microphone right now on my Lazy Susan that I have for recording, and I'm gonna grab that actually, and it's blue ceramic made from Stasia, Stasia. I must have ordered this on Etsy, and I think, yeah, I remember now, I ordered it for my son actually, because I read that like finger labyrinths were like really good for focusing and for kids, but here I am using it. Dusting it off. Oh my gosh, everything is so dusty. All right, so Thymus vulgaris. Mythology teaches that a minotaur haunts the labyrinth of your psyche. As you walk toward your center, this monster prowls and roars, trying to scare you off your path by revealing your fears and your inadequacies. But you're never truly alone. You have allies like Thyme, her scent purifying your thoughts so that you can see what's true. Thyme kills off what's other, whether that's germs and microbes or thoughts and feelings. It kills off what is other, like what is not truly you. Thyme will kill off. This is Thyme's special magic. She calls your inner flame to burn the dross, distilling your spirit. Intuitively, she knows you from not you, and she sees you clearly when you cannot. Thyme is a powerful plant. Do not call on her unless you are truly ready to be tempered in her flame. So it's like, if you really do want to do this work and be tempered, and really are you ready to release all that is not you? If you're not ready, wait, apparently. But if you are ready, I think we're ready. I think we are ready. Then we can call on Thyme. So in this book, The Illustrated Herbary, she has a ritual and a reflection for each of the plants. And the ritual for Thyme is to understand your journey. And the reflection is returning to your path. So let's talk about understanding your journey and the labyrinth. The labyrinth is an ancient construct meant to mirror our path through life. The twisting, the turnings, the feelings of being so close to our goal, only to be guided away, right? Because like right as you walk in the labyrinth, that first turn, like in the center is the flower, where your goal, okay? It's like that first turn, that first path, right on the other side of that hedge is your goal. But you don't turn towards your goal, you turn left and then go down and then go up a little bit and then go down some more and then go way up, only to go down, only to go up, only to go the whole way on the other side. Like, that's the labyrinth. Unlike a maze, a labyrinth has no dead ends or wrong turns. So that's good news. There's no dead ends, there's no wrong turns. You can't get lost. It's not a maze, it's a labyrinth. Walking it eases the mind and relaxes the body. Don't you want to make a labyrinth in your backyard? So if you have a labyrinth nearby, which you can easily find with an internet search, including your town name and the word labyrinth. So maybe somebody cooler than you has already made one. Connect with them. Go out and walk it. You won't regret it. If you don't have one near you, you can create some quiet time for yourself and trace the labyrinth. In this book, or maybe print one out off the internet. Just trace it with your finger, letting your eyes follow your finger as it moves toward the center. So that's why I like my little ceramic one, because the grooves keep your finger on the path. So anyways, your movement through a labyrinth, she says, is a microscopic metaphor for the macrocosm of your life's journey. Reflect on any thoughts or feelings that come up, as though they concern not just the micro moment of being in the labyrinth, but the macro movement of your life path. All right. So in other words, it's like, do the labyrinth exercise and see what comes up in that now moment, because it's reflecting what's actually going on in your big macro life of your life path. Always follow the path all the way to the center and then follow the same path back out. Move at your own pace. Pause where you want to, especially in the center, and layer in any meditative practices that speak to your soul. So yeah, I mean, when you get to the center, spend some time there. You don't just need to like hit the buzzer, like I'm saying, like the red buzzer, like in Ninja American Ninja Warrior, whatever that is. You just like slap it and then run away. No, like hang out there. Let this be a meditative practice. Take a really good inhale. A really amazing exhale. And like I said, just when you think you're done, push it out some more. You don't have to do that with every breath, but try it every once in a while. And I just saw 11:11 on the ticker, and when I was out getting tea, I saw 11:11. I would say, and that right now it's 11:23, 1, 2, 3. I would say I'm in alignment today. So the reflection is about returning to your path. So have you seen your true path and turned away? Or have you stepped onto the path only to become unsure or distracted? Who us get distracted? Never, right? Oh my God, all the distractions. Ugh. Divorces, dentists, and dicks. I mean, the big triple D of distractions. Yeah. So yeah, we need to get back. Time is calling us back. So what a perfect herb of the week for me personally, because I'm back. Oh yeah, I'm back. And I am laughing with my distractions, and I am answering the call to come back. And time is calling you back to your path. So if you accept, if you whisper yes in the wee hours of the morning, you'll find time both demanding and true. So it's like you can accept this invitation to work with time this week if you're ready, because she is going to strip away all that is not you. You are going to have to release now. So time asks, so which path will you walk? Which callings will you consciously deny? And which will you accept? So your path is calling you. Time is calling you to release everything that does not serve you. And you have the free will. You get to always choose which path you will walk. And you get to decide which calls you want to answer, which ones you will deny, and which ones you will accept. All right, so got jotted down a few affirmations to get us started. I am brave. I follow my true path. I quickly forgive all wrongs and release resentments. So can you quickly forgive? Not eventually. Can we get better at quickly forgiving? All right, just instantly. Like, people are dumb. I instantly forgive you. Why? Because I don't want that poison in my body. Sorry, you're not worth me killing myself over. Right? It's like that resentment is only poisoning you. That hate is only burning you. Truly. All right, so I said that, burning you, and then I looked up and saw a fire on the Madre of Fire in her kitchen. So even though I thought I was going to do this card last, I guess I'm going there next, because that's how the labyrinth is. Like, I thought I was going this way, but actually I'm going over here. So we are going over here to the Madre of Fire. Yeah, she has a wood burner stove, and in that little window, that little peep window, you can see the flames. There's a kettle and a big old soup pot, and then that's in the background behind her. And in her mortar and pestle, she's got some thyme. She is crunching up some thyme. She's got 2 books and a bunch of jars with corks, and then a big pile of thyme. Her books, one says potions, one says brews. I love it. And the books are blue. Her apron is blue. And the blue looks so beautiful next to the very greenness of the thyme. It's hard to say what's in her vials and jars though. Oh, that one's a honey pot, like a very authentic honey pot. And way in the background, she's got lots of herbs hanging upside down to dry. All right, so the Madre of Fire is where we're headed next on our path. Labyrinth style. I thought we'd do this one last. We're doing it now. The Madre of Fire, Thyme. She says to us, turn up the heat on your creative passions. A warm heart and a spicy kitchen welcome others to your table. Stoke the creative fire that burns in your belly. So yeah, we could have the fire of hate, or we could have the fire of creativity. Which fire do you want burning within you? So a woman stands in a warm kitchen. The table is covered in bottles, books, and a large, fresh harvest of thyme. A kettle whistles on the stove. Yellow and orange herbs dangle from the rafters. She is dressed in garden clothes, and her worn hands calmly grind herbs in a large molcajete, mortar and pestle. The Madre of Fire inspires others by living an artistic life. She teaches from her actions. She encourages collaboration, inviting everyone to play in her busy apothecary. She is upbeat and accepts life's paradoxes. She knows thyme is both a popular kitchen herb and a superb medicine plant. She is driven by a rich imagination and finds magic in everything. Creativity is second nature to her, and her days are filled with inspired activities. Just like the remedies made with thyme, she is warm and wholehearted. She attracts people into her home. She radiates vitality and love. Embrace your inner glow. It warms the hearts of others. Now, what's really funny to me is I got this card, I want to say in my New Year 2020 Outlook tarot spread, and it was saying like maybe this is who I was going to become. And 6 months ago I said, I wish. Right? It was something like that. I got this card early this year as a projection, and I thought, yeah, that would be wonderful to be her. But I wasn't feeling like that, right? But guess what? Here now in June, I'm starting to feel like her. I'm starting to step into that. Absolutely. I've even invited people to my home. This is so funny. And yeah, I am finding the magic in everything more and more and more, and letting myself get more into that creativity that for a while I was certain I lost. And now I'm starting to like enjoy myself. Even last night, when I was bookmarking for Golden Seal, I was like, it's fun to like see what else pops up, right? So it wasn't feeling like drudgery to do this work. And like I even like was like, life fruit, what's that? Like I was even finding like a new plant to look into and following my curiosity. And you know, for a while I haven't like wanted to even do that. I'm like, geez, do I even love herbs as much as I thought I did? Because I would have just been so distracted by the triple D's. And it's like I'm really releasing all the triple D's and all the distractions and resentments. And guess what's filling its place? Creative fire. So it really, really is a beautiful thing. And it is time to let the stuff go that isn't truly us, and let creativity and the creative fire come in. So let go of the hateful, resentful fire and burn a different kind of fire, a creative fire, turning up the heat of our creative passions. And then, yeah, collabing, collaborating, in being inviting, letting others come into your world. So yeah, that's really interesting for me, that's part of my life path to do that. But I had to vibrationally and energetically do the work to get to this place. So if you want to craft with the Madre of Fire, you can add flavor to your medicine cabinet. You could craft a thyme salt, or maybe make a thyme syrup. Invite friends for a busy day of making thyme potions like vinegar, honey, and tincture. I never tinctured thyme before because you just kind of take it for granted. Like, you're just like, okay, I'll just drink some tea. I'll have to think about that. I would like to make some different tinctures this year. But over the last few years, I've just been such a emotionally dependent, I was an emotional wreck. So when I thought about tinctures, it was like, how can I get through winter without dying emotionally? Like, I use herbs a lot for emotional support. That's just part of, my path. But now it's kind of like, now that I'm stable. I'm pretty damn stable now. Now I'm like, oh, wait, we can do other kinds of tinctures, not just the kind that keep our head on our shoulders. So show someone you love them by cooking them a meal. Add thyme to your dish. And I love using thyme in lentil soup. Oh my goodness. It's just, you have to have it. I love thyme in soup. But maybe we'll think of some other ways we can use thyme. Thyme syrup, thyme salt, thyme vinegar, thyme honey, thyme tincture. It's definitely time for thyme. Okay, so where are we? Where are we in the labyrinth? You just have to trust, right? With every turn, with every bend, that you're on the path, right? You're here to enjoy yourself, not get lost, not get confused. So yeah, that's like another benefit of following your passions and your creative fire. Like, if you're feeling good and doing things that you love, honey, you are on the right path. That is your guidance system saying, yes, you love this. Yes, this is good. Yes, do this. Yes, do this. Yes. Life should feel like a yes. Do you know this? Life should feel like a yes. So yeah, start getting more yeses into your day, and then you'll know that you're on the path. You'll know. All right, so while we're in the kitchen with the Madre of Fire, let's open up the Witch's Kitchen to Thyme, and it has a message of courage. So let's just hang out in the kitchen. And I can't wait to go outside today. My house is freezing. I literally have a blanket over my legs and a sweater on. Like, I just keep a sweater at my desk because the house is staying really cool, like too cold. Like, whoa. All right. Courage. The fairies love to work with time whilst they cast their spells in rhyme. My gift of courage helps you fight. Stand in your strength and shine bright. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. So Thyme's guidance from the Witch's Kitchen is resistance. Resistance is futile as you walk the witch's solitary path of no return. Dang. Resistance is futile as you walk the path, as you walk the witch's solitary path of no return. I ain't coming back. So once magic is born within, it can never die. I will support you as you step out of the witchy broom closet and declare to the world who you really are. It's time to burn brightly as you commit to your magical path, no matter the opinions of others. Know that you are safe as you massage in my oil as the warriors of old did to induce the courage needed for battle. As you face challenges head on, I will reinforce your bravery and strength. Add me to your bathwater, or sew me in undergarments to increase vigor. Weave me into your hair to enhance allurement as you face the world. Plucky determination is what's required as you stand up to adversity, fight for your rights, and become the hero of your own story. So what's up, my nerds? Isn't that interesting that our very first nerdy card said that overdoses of thyme will overstimulate the thyroid gland? So if you're rubbing the essential oil on your skin, diluted, holy F, dilute that shit, it will actually stimulate your thyroid. So the warriors were actually revving themselves up with the essence of thyme so that they could have the courage needed for battle. So as we face our challenges head on, thyme is with us to enforce our bravery and our strength. I really, really love how timely this herb is, because, you know, the way that I invited everybody on Facebook is by posting a picture of an old witch, a little figurine, like a garden statue, and I put the words on the picture, "Let me show you my plants." So yes, in a lot of ways, I stepped out of my witchy closet and invited people into my witchy world. So yeah, it just am like friggin' tickled that it's like, here I am walking the witch's solitary path of no return, coming out of the closet and then reading this card. So it's just, you know how it is with me. It's like, whoa, this is just the perfect message. This is the perfect card. Like, I'm actually doing this in life. So yeah, once we've got that magic within us, we will always have it. So declare to the world who you really are and burn brightly as you commit to your magical path, no matter the opinions of others. You can't help but be who you are, and their measly, puny little opinions don't matter. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and they all stink. So pay no attention to someone's opinion of you. It doesn't matter. You don't want to go there, okay? You want to stay out of that shit. But know that you are safe, okay? Know that you are encouraged. You can have the strength, right? Thyme is ready and willing to work with you and to help burn away that which is what you are not, and help you step in to your true path. So you could make a vapor rub with some thyme or thyme oil. You could do that. That's really good. You could add some other stuff like sage, eucalyptus, nutmeg, or whatever. What else does she say here? Thyme revealed. Thyme was used as a perfume in Greek temples. European folklore speaks of how to find fairies in patches of wild thyme. Using thyme oil enabled a seer to see fairies at fairy hills. Ladies in medieval times wore scarves embroidered with a bee and a thyme. And you know, when thyme is like getting all, it's young and soft and spindly, like not too sticky, like not too twiggy yet, that is a great idea if you have a lot, to just put some in your hair and see how that makes you feel. Weave it through your witchy bun or whatever you're sporting that day, and see how it makes you feel alluring as you face the world, right? Gives you some vigor, gives you some strength and courage, because we are going to have to stand up for our rights. We will be facing adversity, and we will be becoming our own heroes and our own stories on our own path of magic that we are walking. Ooh, so Thyme is like way more fun than I thought, because like now we have fairy energy coming in, we have the witch's path, we have all this creative fire. I love it, you guys. Thyme is way more than just a stinky old man. Thyme is way more than a stinky old man. Now our last card, did we do them all? I think so, but I went around and the whole labyrinth methodology. I'm like, okay, did we do? Yeah, we went everywhere. We covered everything. And if we wanted to, we could circle back out through these cards the same way we came back in and enjoy them once again. So our last card, though, and then it is noon, and I do need to go out and get some sun and warm up. Our last card is this beautiful, she's a fairy. It's a fairy. I did not even notice. She's got like these, it looks like smoky wings behind her. She's wearing a green dress. She's got thyme hanging from her hair. Her hair is up. She's gorgeous. She's a gorgeous witchy fairy. So beautiful. Courage, smoke, safe passage. Makes me want to light some thyme on fire. I never smudge thyme. I do not have an abundance of thyme, but I'm gonna get some seeds and just put them somewhere for me and the fairies and my hair. So now the negative attributes that this card could address is cowardice, limbo, and extinguish. So yeah, if you're feeling like limbo, you don't know which way to go, it's like you got to get on your true path, and you're going to know it's your true path because it's going to feel good. It's going to feel right. It's going to feel, this is who I am. So we're going to end with this affirmation from Botanic Whispers. I rise to challenges with courage in my heart and fire in my soul. I move easily through this life and beyond, elevating my spirit as I go. This affirmation is brought to you by our courageous herb of the week, thyme, and I dedicate them all to you. Thank you. I am brave. I follow my true path. I quickly forgive all wrongs and release resentments. I burn away what is no longer me, and I stoke my creative fire. I step out of the broom closet and declare my magic. I elevate my spirit and courageously rise to challenges. I am brave. I follow my true path. I quickly forgive all wrongs and release resentments. I burn away what is no longer me, and I stoke my creative fire. I step out of the broom closet and declare my magic. I elevate my spirit and courageously rise to challenges. And so it is. And so it is. I've been listening to the Archangel Michael audiobooks, and at the end of his channelings, he says, I am Archangel Michael, so be it. It really seems so much more than and so it is. So I might have to switch up my game. And so it is. So be it. I am brave. So be it. Dang, it does have a different ring to it, doesn't it? Anyways, just thinking about that as I did the affirmation minute. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Thanks for taking the time to get to know Thyme. It really is an incredible culinary herb spice that is just, you don't even know what it can do until you look into it. So I'm excited to do a nerdy podcast for this one as well. I'm excited to stay focused. I'm excited to stay on my path and enjoy myself. I'm excited to step out of the witch's broom closet and declare my magic and rise to challenges as they come along. No problemo here. I am brave. So anyways, you guys, I love you so much. I'm looking forward to this week. I really am. And my ego's like, make one more time joke. It's so punny. I know, it's ridiculous. But yeah, thank you again. It certainly is time.